Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Rabbil Alameen, which means peace be unto you and the blessings and mercy of Allah be unto you. All praise is due to Allah alone, and in the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful and the creator of all that exists. It is for the praise and worship of Allah alone that we do this program for you, our listeners. And we greet our Muslim brothers and sisters and our non-Muslim neighbors as we invite both to another hour of learning here on The Message. Now, The Message is brought to you by the Lahubala Islamic Media Foundation and Bonsai Masters of the Philippines. Our work is supported by further donors around the world who have given for the sake of Allah alone. May Allah bless them all. Thank you for joining us again here on The Message from 7 to 8 p.m. every Thursday night. So hang around after our program for Women in Islam from 8 until 9 p.m., which is hosted by Sisters Rashida, Aisha, and Fatima. And don't forget to listen to every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. for The Message in Tagalog, brought to you by Brother Ralam Muhammad, who is often joined by Brother Yusuf Lapitan. Also join Brother Yusuf Lapitan for his program Discover Islam on Friday nights from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Now tonight on The Message we are continuing in our discussion about the prophets of Allah. We're talking about all the prophets that are mentioned in the Qur'an and Hadith. And please contact us with any questions, whether it's encouragement or just anything at all. Don't hesitate to write or text or send an email in whatever language you feel the most comfortable with, whether it's English, Tagalog, Spanish, Arabic, any dialect of the Philippine Islands. If you get a question to us, we will have it translated so I can research the answer and bring it to you on the air. Now, be patient with the answering of questions as I do the scripts in advance, and I may not be able to bring you an answer immediately if it has to be translated, but I will answer all text questions, I promise. Okay, so getting questions and comments to me, you can text the show at 0922-604-4233. That's 0922-604-4233. You can email us at islamradio@yahoo.com. Again, that's islamradio@yahoo.com. And you can watch videos of our Thursday night programs at www.youtube.com/IslamRadioPH. That's IslamRadioPH on YouTube. And then you can listen to the MP3s or download the audio from islamradio.mypodcast.com. This is shared with The Message, Women in Islam, and The Message in Tagalog. Now, a brief reminder, next week, because it is the Christian holiday of Easter, we are not going to be broadcasting on Thursday through Sunday nights here at DWDD, so we'll have to skip a week. So instead of next week, the week after next, you'll be able to listen to the program as we talk about Jesus in Islam, alayhi salam. We're a little bit behind tonight. We had some technical difficulty, but thanks to the great technical staff here at DWDD, we got it fixed in a hurry. So I am here with you tonight. Right, so tonight, in part 3 of our series on the prophets of Allah, we'll pick up where we left off last week, in the middle of the story of Moses and Aaron, alayhi salam. Now, to recap, we talked about how Moses was saved from the Pharaoh's death squad as Ramses II was killing off all Jewish boys every other year. In fact, the name Musa, alayhi salam, comes from the Egyptian words Mu, meaning water, and Ses, meaning son, as the Pharaoh's wife called him a son which came from the water after pulling him out. We then discussed how Moses grew up, how he went into exile and returned as a prophet of Allah, along with his brother Aaron, alayhi salam, who then challenged the Pharaoh. Now, after the Pharaoh had been humiliated, he set about a greater torment and oppression against the Hebrews. It was a time of great trial for Musa and Aaron, alayhi salam, as they were forced to wait until Allah's plan was ready to go into action. Now, the Pharaoh was greatly troubled by the defeat of his magicians, and having been challenged by Moses and Aaron, alayhi salam, they had told the Egyptians that there was only one God, and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reigned over all things and was more powerful than the Pharaoh. Ramses II then challenged his people to build the most massive structure possible to show his power so that he could reach to the heavens. Now, what's left of this colossal structure is known as the Ramesseum, and of course has fallen into ruin and decay, as all things of this world do. Only Allah is eternal and everlasting, and only pain and death await those who would call themselves gods in the bodies of men. Now, after a short time, Allah led a member of the Pharaoh's family to defend Moses in saying, Moses did not say more than that Allah is his Lord. Later, he came with clear evidence that he is a messenger. There are two possibilities. Either Moses is righteous or a liar. If he lies, he will be responsible for his lies. If he is righteous and we kill him, where's the guarantee that we will be rescued from the torment of his Allah? Either way, he neither says nor does anything that merits our killing him. This drove the Pharaoh into a blind fury, and the time was ripe for Allah's plan to be put into action. Moses called for the people once more to stop worshiping idols and men and turn to the worship of Allah. The Pharaoh's spirit had been crushed after so much humiliation, but he was arrogant and prideful, and he refused to allow the Jews to leave Egypt. Allah sent a flood and then a drought, and Pharaoh would not budge. Allah sent an infestation of lice to cause sores on the people, then locusts to destroy the crops, and Pharaoh would not move. Allah sent swarms of frogs and then finally caused all the water to turn to blood for the disbelievers, yet water in the homes of the believers remained pure and clean. Each time calamity struck, people rushed to Moses, begging him to ask Allah to save them, and Pharaoh would then always poison their minds once the plague was gone. To worship Allah just when things are bad is not worship for the love of Allah, and there is no reward. But to worship in all times because you love Allah instead of fearing his punishment is the path to righteousness. So these people who continued to commit shirk by worshiping others besides Allah only found his displeasure. Finally, after all these plagues had disoriented the Egyptians, and even the Pharaoh was stricken with grief, as several of his sons had died from diseases that the plagues brought, Moses called upon all the Israelites to pack up, and they fled while the Egyptians slept. Now, by the time Pharaoh's army was able to catch up to them, the Israelites had reached the Red Sea. Allah commanded Moses alayhi salam to strike the sea with his staff